Tough choice with Kazeem Rahman. Would you rather? Tough choice. Only be able to wipe your tough choice by scooting around on the carpet. Tough choice. Tough choice.
What kind of carpet is it? If it's alpaca, give me the carpet.
Welcome back, guys. This is Tough Choice. I am your host, Kazeem Rahman. Welcome. This is the last episode of the new month in the newest year, if that makes sense. This is our last episode of January. You know what it is. We do it is our deep dive episode. We're going to do a bunch of tough choice questions here. We're not going to do any would you rather, not would you rather. We're not going to do any what would you do's this time. We might change that topic, that segment, but I don't know. We're not done with what would you do's. We have a bunch written down. So I'll talk to the producers. We'll see how we want to handle that. Guys, you know how we do it here. We don't really waste any time. The game is tough choice. You must pick between the two choices. You must explain yourself. You get one pass, you get one pause. Let's start the show.
Let it begin. Let it begin.
Now, it is time for our constant choice.
Constant.
Everyone in the month gets the same first question. This constant choice, honestly, I think we outdid ourselves on this constant choice because this constant choice was technically the hardest constant choice we have had. The constant choice for January.
Constant.
Would you rather? Everywhere you go for 3 years, trigger a natural disaster or take a year-long vow of silence. Now, some of you are new because we've been growing and we love it. And like, share, subscribe to this podcast if you love it, right? Share it with your friends. toughchoice@outlook.com if you have any questions, comments, concerns that you want us to address. Some of you are new. So what we do on these shows, it's just a deep dive. We really just go deep into every would you rather question, the pros, the cons, the options, right? The cross options, the alternatives, right? Looking at it from every angle, and then we make our decision. So taking a year-long vow of silence, that is harder if you have a profession where you need to communicate. Right? It's harder if you need a job. Because what do we mean by year-long vow of silence? Vow of silence means no communication whatsoever. It doesn't mean not talking. No. That's too easy. When we say vow of silence in the tough choice universe, it means no communication. No talking, no texting. Right? No email. No voice memos. None of it. Year-long vow of silence. Now, if you have a job where you need to speak, then that is a problem. Here's the thing. Most people have jobs where they need to speak. Most people, right? If you are a club bouncer, low-key, you can make your way throughout that job by just nodding and punching people in the face. You can just nod, be like, just hold your hand out. Let them know, hey, this means show me your ID. Punch people in the face. Right? If you're like a bartender, you can nod. Right? If you're a waiter, maybe not. You kind of need to like say hello. If people ask you questions, then that's a little different. You know what I mean? You need to speak. So taking a year-long vow of silence, there are only cons. Now, let me not say there are only cons because we did have Rob come here and say that he would prefer the year-long vow of silence. I think that his thought process was very interesting. He said he needed the tranquility of not having to speak to people. And that's kind of deep. That's kind of deep, especially for this podcast. Listen, that's deep as hell. That's deep. Now, this is hard because if we go to the other option, everywhere you go for 3 years, you trigger a natural disaster. Now, I keep forgetting what we meant by everywhere we go. So I'm assuming we said 20 to 25-mile radius of where you live right now. If you go past that, then you trigger a natural disaster. I'm not from Los Angeles. I live in Los Angeles. I'm not from Los Angeles. I have family in Dallas. I have family in Canada. I have family in New York. I have family in Miami. Right? I have family in Houston. I have family in El Paso. You know what I mean? Like, I have family in places. And also, since I do this job, I am a stand-up comedian. Since I do that, and I'm a podcaster, and we are taking this show on the road soon, 2024. Look out for that. That means that I'm traveling, and that means natural disaster. I can't do the natural disaster. But at the same time, if I take a year away from this podcast, no one's coming back. I don't think I'd even come back. If I took a whole year off from the podcast, I don't think I'd come back. 52 weeks? 52 weeks. Right? In the beginning, before like episode like 50, I would take like weeks off. I never took a year off. A year off from communication, I'm going to have to do the natural disaster. If you have a job where you have to communicate, and most jobs you have to communicate. So this really just means that you're going to have to, try to finesse your way to work from home, try to move, right? Move to a place that's close to your job, because some people don't live within 25 miles of their job. So you got to move across the street from your job. You gotta figure out a way, and you cannot travel for 3 years, because I'm not going nowhere for 3 years. Because if I know I have the power to trigger a natural disaster, I personally, right? And with the beyond fun and games, of course, I would say like, oh, I'm going to use it for corrupt good, right? Let Alabama pass a law on like, well, they about to get a hurricane. I don't want to do that. Because one, I don't want to harm innocent people that had nothing to do with the politics of Alabama. And two, I don't want people finding out that I have this power. It's not a power that I would be proud of. It's not a power that I would want to show off at a club or something like that. So I'm going to take the natural disaster. I'm going to take the option of going somewhere and triggering a natural disaster, and I'm not going anywhere. All right. That is the final choice of our constant choice.
Constant.
Let us start the show. Would you rather have a job where you are paid in rare collectible stamps instead of money, or work as a professional mattress tester and get paid to sleep? Honestly, the only question I have for this is, how much am I getting paid? Weirdly enough, right? Even though it does say what you're getting paid in, but I want to know, when you're talking about collectible stamps, what does that mean? What does that mean? When you say rare collectible stamps, because there are stamps that are worth $500, and then there are like those rare stamps that are like a misprint or something like that. Instead of like United States, it just says Unite States, and then that's worth like $1 million, right? Like people, how do I say this nicely? People are weird, and they'll buy stupid stamps for a lot of money because they think it matters. And I would definitely love to capitalize on that. But if it's just like the rare collectible stamps, like, oh, this one has Abe Lincoln on it, it's worth $500. Nah, fam. I get paid in just 500 stamps, like my time, right? Because it depends on what work I'm doing also. If I'm just podcasting, you're paying me in collectible stamps. All right, cool. Maybe. But I still have bills to pay. right? It depends. Now, if I'm a mattress tester, you would think that the normal person would want to be a mattress tester. I don't think so. I don't think the normal person would. Well, let me go back. I think the normal person would probably want to be a mattress tester. I don't think they understand what mattress testing actually means. You're not going to like every mattress. You're not going to like every mattress. And then if you're a mattress tester, you got to keep the mattress for like a month and sleep on a mattress for like a month. So 1 month, you're going to be like, yo, this is the best mattress ever. Gel top, memory foam, let's go. Right? It heats, natural heating, electric cooling. Right? I don't need a bed cover. The one has a sheet already. Boom. Let's go. And then the very next month, you're like, yo, this mattress feels like I'm sleeping on cardboard. And then you have it for a month. You have that mattress for a month. Can you handle that? I don't think I can. I'm at an age now where sleep is very important to me. Very important. It affects my metabolism. It affects oh man, I sound so old. Oh, sleep is very important. It affects my metabolism. It does though. It really does. It affects my metabolism. It affects the energy I have in the morning. I need good sleep. So good sleep requires a decent mattress. You don't need a perfect mattress, but you can't take the risk of testing mattresses and watch the pay not even be that great. It doesn't say how much you're getting paid. It just says you work as a professional mattress tester and you get paid to sleep, which is cool. But nah, fam, I'm gonna take the stamps because at least I know somebody weird is gonna pay for them. And when we say rare collectibles, I'm hoping that it's rare. You know what I mean? Like not just there's like a misprint and there's like, 100 of these out in the world. I want like the rare stamps where it's like, yo, there's only 4 of these and you have 2. Right? And you can sell them for $100,000. So if I get paid in stamps, I'm assuming I'll get like 10 stamps per pay period, which is like 2 weeks. I'm just doing adult math here. I get 10 stamps per pay period, 2 weeks, right? If I get 10 stamps, 2 of them are going to be worth at least $50,000. I'm thinking at least 50. So I think I'm going to do the stamps, right? It's going to be weird, right? I'm going to have to figure out how to like get money for stamps. Right? I feel like the stamp community, I don't know why I just chuckled a little bit. The stamp community will embrace me and we'll figure it out. Would you rather find a wallet that adds a 0 to every bill you put inside, but it squeaks loudly, or have a piggy bank that doubles your money but gives financial advice in a judgmental tone? This is weird, and this is the type of question that we do. I'm going to read that again. Would you rather find a wallet that adds a 0 to every bill you put inside, but it squeaks loudly? So it's just a loud wallet that you have in your pocket, right? Do you have to keep the wallet in your pocket at all times? Yeah. You know what it means. If we say it squeaks loudly, it doesn't mean you can just leave it at home. No, sir, or ma'am, whoever's listening to this. No, you know what it means. Or have a piggy bank that doubles your money, but gives you financial advice in a judgmental tone. If I know a piggy bank doubles my money, that's interesting. This is an interesting thing, right? Can I handle judgmental tone? Can I handle a judgmental tone? I think so. honestly, when you're the child of an immigrant, you can handle any kind of tone. Low key, you can handle any kind of tone. So I'm gonna take the piggy bank and just keep putting $100 bills in it. Right? If it doubles my money, like what is the frequency of doubling my money? That's the question. Right? Because I'm assuming the wallet adds a zero to every bill I put inside. So if I put $1, it makes it $10. If I put $5 and make it $50, right? Sometimes that's better than a double. That's better than a double. But then I have to keep it on me and it squeaks loudly. Ugh. That you're a target at this point. Cause knowing me, I know I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's just my shoes. My shoes are squeaking. And I'm like, yo, Kazeem, it sounds like the squeaky noise coming from your ass, bro. What the hell's going on? And be like, oh no, it's not. It's just, I have bad gas, right? Because I don't want to tell them, yo, it's my wallet. And they're gonna be like, why don't you just switch out the wallet and be like, yo, bro, when I put $5 in here, it turns into 50, and then you're a target all over again. No, thank you. No, I'm gonna have to go with the piggy bank only because safety. It's the only reason. That's the only thing I can think of. Right? Can I handle a judgmental tone? Of course. It's gonna be like, oh, bro, I know you put in this $10, but it should be 20 if you if you wouldn't have went to Taco Bell. Ugh. I can handle that though. I'm still gonna go to Taco Bell. But I'm gonna get sad. I'm gonna get sad, of course. Especially if it has the tone of a mother. Oof. If your piggy bank has the tone of an old immigrant mother, you're gonna feel bad. And then you're gonna open the piggy bank and you're gonna be like, oh no, but this $500 turned into $1,000. Right? I'll leave $100 in there. I'll leave for the day. I'll come back. It's $200. Come on now. Come on now. Doubles your money. How much money can I put in the piggy bank? Right? How big is the piggy bank? A regular size piggy bank that, piggy banks are normally for children. And so we'll do regular size and I'll just stuff it with $100 bills and it'll double it when I get home and I'll live my life. I'll figure it out, but I can't have the squeaky wallet. The wallet gives you more money, but it squeaks. The piggy bank just doubles your money, and the judgmental tone, all right, say whatever the hell you want to say. But what we not going to do is let you judge me for how I spend my money. That's what's going to happen. Eventually, I'm just going to be like, whatever, piggy bitch. I don't know. I'm going to call it a bitch because if it's talking to me, I'm not going to not talk back. You're not my mom for real. You just sound like her. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I got to take the piggy bank. Would you rather have a pet dragon that's the size of a hamster or a hamster that's the size of a dragon? I want a pet dragon size of a hamster. I'm trying to think. Did we have hamsters? I'm trying to think how big a hamster is. Is a hamster the same thing as a gerbil? I don't know, and I'm not looking it up. I'm assuming a hamster is a little bigger than a gerbil. And the gerbil, I think we had a pet gerbil. I think it died. I don't remember. Is a hamster as big as a gerbil? I'm going to say the gerbil was tiny and it got lost and it got found and then it died or something. It was something. I'm going to do the pet dragon. Is this a fire-breathing dragon? That is a good question. You know what it means? Yes. So think like Game of Thrones, like early season, like 2 or some shit. I don't remember Game of Thrones. I like Game of Thrones, but I wasn't like a fan. I was a fan, but not like fanatic. I watched Game of Thrones like late. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't really care about it like that. But I will, I'll take the dragon. I'm trying to think. If I have a hamster the size of a dragon, no thank you. That's going to be less fun because hamsters are weird. And hamsters are just going to be like biting. Hamsters chew through things. That's what they do because their teeth are always growing. So they need to chew through things. Right? And when we say as big as a dragon, like a mythical dragon, not like the super big one, but like a normal sized dragon, if that makes sense. A dragon that's as big as, a lot of, a dragon that's as big as like a 1-bedroom apartment, a small 1-bedroom apartment, right? So now, do I want a hamster as big as a small 1-bedroom apartment, or do I want a dragon that's the size of a hamster? If I have a dragon the size of a hamster, I can control it a little better because I don't think the fire is going to be that bad, right? You can't, you can't light me on fire. You can burn me, but you can't like kill me. And I think the dragon will learn to respect me and learn to obey me, right? I'm going to feed it little tiny gerbils, right? Because it's a dragon, it got to eat, right? I feel like my dragon would be like a fat dragon, like a fat, useless dragon. Oh, because I'm just going to be feeding it and it's not going to want to fly anywhere because, it's going to be eating good. What's the point of flying? I don't need a hunt. You know what I mean? I feel like a dragon the size of a hamster will be cool. I'm pretty sure someone will find out and try to steal it, but we'll deal with that, right? I can lose a dragon because it won't necessarily. I can't think of anything that a dragon would be good for if it's just the size of a hamster. Unless you want to cook something, unless you want to melt something, I'm sure someone with evil intentions will figure out how to, use a dragon, but I don't think it. I don't think it. The grammar was bad. I don't think it. That's not really good grammar, but listen, in Ignorant Studios, it is what it is. Would you rather be able to talk with animals, but they all dislike you, or be able to understand all foreign languages, but never be able to speak them? That is interesting. That's interesting. Why would I can't think of, I can't think of anything. Why would I want, that's interesting. I don't know. Talk to animals, but they all dislike you, or be able to understand all foreign languages, but never be able to speak them. I would want to understand what people are saying, but I'm never able to speak them. I think that would help, right? I don't think talking to animals would necessarily help me in the long run because I don't like animals like that. I don't like dogs. Don't really care for cats. I don't like animals, right? I don't have pets. I don't care for pets. I don't want a pet, right? But if I go to Tokyo, Japan, and I can understand everything, even if I can't speak it, that gives me a small advantage, right? Because then I can just say, hey, Japanese, right? I can't speak Japanese, but I can be like Japanese. And then you talk to me and I'm like, oh, okay. Or I can use Google Translate and type out something and then you can respond to me in Japanese and I'll understand. And I think that'll help, right? Because I'm only thinking like what's better long run. Long run, to make money, I can go to every single country and understand exactly what they're saying. I can understand every foreign language, every single one of them. You go to Colombia, someone's trying to finesse you. Boom, I understand Spanish. You go to Brazil, I understand Portuguese, right? You go to Algeria, I can speak Arabic. Northern Africa, I can speak Arabic. All the Western African countries, all the tribes, I understand every language. Come on now. Right? You go to Nigeria, Ghana, boom. Right? You go on the east side, go to Ethiopia, go to Somalia, go to Sudan. I can understand everything you're saying. Go to South Africa. You can go to Congo. Let's go. French. Let's do this. I can understand it. I don't need to speak it necessarily, but if I understand it, that gives me a slight advantage that is good for the world. I don't know how I'm going to help the world, but I'm not helping anybody, but I will help myself, which in turn will prevent me from doing something bad and hurting the world. There we go. That makes sense. Not really, but it makes sense. Last one. Would you rather spend your life with a partner who never remembers anniversaries and birthdays, or with one who always plans extravagant, over-the-top celebrations for every small event? I am someone who doesn't really remember things. I remember things when my phone reminds me, right? I have every birthday. I know exactly when my mom's birthday is. Do I know when my dad and my brother's birthdays are? Kind of. I know when they're coming up, right? I have a feeling in my gut. I'm like, yo, someone's birthday's coming up. And then I message the group, yo, whose birthday's next? And then they'll be like, you should know your family's birthdays. And I'm like, my phone tells me, right? I get reminders on my phone, yo, dad's birthday's in a month. I'm like, all right, cool. That's what happens, right? So if I'm with someone that doesn't remember anniversaries and birthdays, I mean, honestly, this question is dependent on if you give a damn or not. I do not care. Personally, I don't care. Anniversaries, birthdays, I'm not that big on anniversaries or birthdays. And I really don't want an over-the-top celebration for every small event. I parallel park. You want to throw a party? Right? We find a sale on steaks. You want to throw a celebration. That's money. That's money. When you say celebration, that means money. Anytime you say celebration, I'm at an age now where I know when you say party and you say let's have a party, are we going to a party or are we having a party? If we going, all right. If we're having, no, I'm not paying for that. Ain't nobody paying for a small celebration every time you have a good night's sleep. Nah, fam. Nah. Every small event. I made dinner last night. Boom. Let's party in the morning. Nah. I can't. But I think the anniversaries and birthday thing, listen, I don't really care for my birthday, but it's nice that people want to tell me happy birthday. It's nice. Right? It's a cool thing. It feels good. Right? So, I mean, if someone always, it's just your partner. It's not everybody else. Everybody else going to tell you happy birthday. Your partner's not going to remember, but you know who they are. Right? Does it get a little annoying? Maybe, but for the most part, I think, isn't every day a celebration? I'm one of those guys. Isn't every day worth celebrating? Right? Not like a small celebration for small events, but every day is a good day. If you woke up this morning, you winning. That's 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz said that. We end this podcast with a quote from 2 Chainz. Now, guys, that is our episode. This has been Tough Choice with Kazeem Rahman. You can find me online at Kazeem Comedy. That's Kazeem Comedy. Like, share, subscribe to this podcast. We are growing and we love it. If you have a tough choice question or a hire, fire, retire, or marry, fuck, kill, we might go back to marry, fuck, kill. I haven't decided yet. We'll figure out that segment, right? If you have any suggestions for that, for the last final choice, email toughchoice@outlook.com. That is toughchoice@outlook.com. I've been Kazeem Rahman. You guys have been amazing. Bye. Tough Choice with Kazeem Rahman. Would you rather? Tough choice, only be able to wipe your tough choice by scooting around on the carpet. Tough choice, tough choice.
What kind of carpet is it? If it's alpaca, give me the carpet.